our city forward and meeting these new challenges, encountering these new opportunities, finding ways to work together with people who perhaps in the past have been at odds, bringing people into the city, of bringing them in from the outskirts, but also bringing people who have been excluded from the process in to a discussion about how together we're going to move forward. I have the experience to do this. I have been around politics in one form or another for the last 20 years. I've worked in constituency offices. I've worked on the legislative side in Parliament, both in the House of Commons and in the Senate. I've even worked in the House of Commons in the UK. I've been involved in institutional politics within the university. I think that's an asset in this city. I know how to speak to a university audience to draw them in. And my campaign basically is an extension of my interests, my academic and intellectual interests. It's an extension of my professional work as a sociologist. I care about this community, and I want to make a contribution to making it even better. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hayes. No yellow cards. Good job. Mayor Woodside, your turn.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd first and foremost like to thank the award-winning Chamber of Commerce for giving us the opportunity tonight to present ourselves at this very important debate, at this very important time in the history of our city. I was born right here in Fredericton at a very early age. I grew up here. I have been serving the community for a long time as both a supporter of community organizations and certainly as a member of the Fredericton City Council, one that I'm extremely proud of. I'll be talking a lot about the record. I'll be talking a lot about the last 8 years, the accomplishments that this city has made. And during that time, I will be as well referring to the councils that I've had the pleasure of working with. I think that the record will clearly state that this city in the past 8 years has progressed. We have grown. We have become prosperous. Our population in the last census is up 10.3%. Ladies and gentlemen, that is more than Moncton and St. John combined. Immigration is up. A lot of people are moving here. They're moving here because there's a desire to live in a community that is truly a community, that provides the kinds of infrastructure that is important to people for wellness. Our sports and leisure complexes on both sides of the river are much more than just rinks. They're complexes where people can get fit, where people can exercise. One of the greatest complaints that I've heard for a long time was the lack of soccer facilities here in Fredericton, where it's the biggest participatory sport, but yet young people were hurting themselves playing on our fields, which we inherited from the school system and tried our very best. We now have 2 artificial turf fields, one on both sides of the river. And it's easy to criticize when we spend money. Is it a priority? Do you need that? Do you need this infrastructure that is so important to the wellness of our community? That's why people are moving here. That's why our population is growing, because it's a desirable place to live. I'll also be referring to sustainability and the environment and the finances of the city. And through the record and through the information that I have brought, you'll find that a lot of the things that Matthew was talking about, for example, climate change, we have the Climate Change Integration Report Card for planners. Folks, this didn't just show up during the election campaign. We've been working on that. And we're one of the few municipalities in the country. We don't follow people, we lead people. The same with sustainability. Sustainability by design. This didn't just show up because there's an election campaign going on. Councils have put an extreme amount of effort with our staff to ensure that the kinds of things that everybody's talking about during this campaign, about sustainability, about climate change, about infrastructure, we've been doing it. We haven't been sitting still for 4 years. this community has grown and prospered and is the envy of communities not only in New Brunswick, but communities across the country for what we've been able to attain, what we've been able to achieve. I've often said, this is a little city that could. This is the city that can. This is the city that did. Growing up here, I can tell you, we were a very conservative kind of place. The last to acknowledge and recognize the greatness of the people and the community that we live in. Not anymore. Other people, provincially, nationally, and internationally, are telling us, you're leading by example. You're doing the kinds of things that communities should be doing. And it is participatory. The Chamber of Commerce I've had the pleasure of working with for years and years. There are so many stakeholder meetings. Everything that happens isn't decided by a mayor. It's decided with a leader who gets the best out of his council and gets the best out of the community. This issue and this campaign is about leadership. Thank you.